Create a program that finds a product with a name similar to a name provided by a user. So let's just start with that. We say create or Iman, thank you. Create or replace. Okay. I'm gonna put procedure here because we're not returning anything. Okay. And we're not returning anything. And at some point, when we have a lot of deletes and updates, procedure is always a better choice. I'm not saying that it cannot be done with functions. It can be done with functions. But if you want to do transaction control as in revert back or roll back, then it's better to always go for procedures. Okay, so that's the reason I'm going for procedure. We call it Lab4 T1A. Okay, and then it's very obvious that it's taking an input from a user, and that is a product name. So we say name is products dot name person type. Okay, I was about to put a semicolon, you see. Language is PLPG as $, declare, begin, and end. Okay, and of course, more dollars. Find the product. How do we find a product? We can write a cursor, but in this particular question, we're looking for only one product to take care of. So I can just go and say here, this R is record, yeah, and try to find it and save it into this. So select star from products where name equal name. Now, here is the problem. If I'm looking for something similar, that means I do not want to use equal, I want to use like. And when we use like, let's just go for just a like. Let's ignore this guy here, okay? Percent, Samsung, okay? This is how we do a like, no? Let's run that so you see the output. There's no, should be something with an S. Okay, yeah, that means look for this guy. Now, instead of S, I have to put this guy, right? But if I put this guy, what happens is it will treat it as a value that I'm looking for. That's not what we want. We want this to be a variable that I want to read the value from. And since we have a list of strings, the way to do that is to concatenate them. Ta-da! Okay. Select this into this R. I'm not going to explain this part because it was in lab 1 or 2. Okay. So we found everything and saved it into R. Okay. Now what we need to do is to find out if, okay, first thing first, okay, no, nothing. So first thing is it's asking me if it's deleting more than, if several products with the name exist, it should give me an error. Or if there is less than one, I believe that's there too. So If several product operation fail, you can delete one product at a time. Make sure all possible errors are handled. So there are two choices we got. It's either this will give me nothing. It gives me three choices. It gives me one row, or it gives me many rows. Like here, that's many rows. It says if it's many rows, say you can delete one at a time. If it's nothing, then say nothing was found. If it's one row, then try to delete it. How do we check that? So let's just be smart and say, I'm gonna say exception, yeah? And I say when too many rows, then what does it say? Operation failed, you can only one row. Okay, very basic message that we're printing. Raise notice, raise notice, okay? Now, if it is when no data found, then we say, I don't know why I did not mention that, but we'll put it there. We say no product found, whatever you want, okay? So this is the most basic thing we want to do. Let's ignore. Now, if you get questions, let's say in the lab test, don't try to do everything. Try to get some part done and get some mark, even in the midterm, no? So let's run that. And then here we say raise notice. This is just for testing to see what is inside this guy. How many items are there? Okay. Sorry. Name equal this R. And then of course we need to put % here. This R dot name. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay, now let's call this guy or a girl. We don't know which is this function or undecided. And we pass the same thing we did. We pass S. Okay, and we should be getting, where should we get? We should get here because for S we had too many stuff, no? So if we run this, I'm gonna do something for you to see something as well. I'm gonna put S here. Okay, so if you print this, we get, what happened? Okay, we get a lot of them. That means it should get me here. So let's see if that's what's going to happen. It didn't. It actually said Samsung 22. So let's see which one is that. If I go back here, and if I go to, what happened? Did I select something I should not be selecting? Or other way around? Oi. Okay. Samsung 22 is the first one, no? It's not going anywhere after that. So why isn't it giving me an error? Why it doesn't come here? So for this to give you an error, you need to say strict. Okay, very good quiz question. Otherwise, it will not raise any error for you. Okay, so now let's try. Okay, now we will try this. And now it should give me error. Very good. Now let's search for whatever, and it should give me this one. Very good, no product found. Now, if we want to be more specific and see if it's working, we need to find something very specific. Let's say S22, because that's there, and it's a capital S, and there is only one of it. Now, this should not give me any of those errors, but try to delete it, right? So now we got a data that we want to delete. So what do? Very basic. We say delete from products where name, same thing, no? Name equal to this. Okay, what do you think would happen now if I do this? Let's run this and see what happens, okay? And then we call this guy, what was it? S22, S22. Okay, it's giving me an error, okay? What is the question asking you? Catching all possible errors, yeah? Make sure all possible errors are handled in a friendly manner. So what do you think is causing this error? It says it here, violates foreign key. Very straightforward, no? So we say when, I think, foreign key violation. I'll double check this. I don't want to make spelling errors. When foreign key violation, it's the right thing, but I'm just gonna copy paste it because we all know how bad I am with the spelling. Okay, then what do we want to say is there a message? There is not a message, but I'll put one. You cannot delete this product as it is in orders table. Okay, so let's do that. Now let's try deleting. Fantastic. We finished with part 1. That's it. That's all I'm asking you to do. Handle all possible errors. Okay, this program should not delete anything. Yeah, so make necessary changes to make sure a product that has a profit margin above 1,000 is never deleted. Yeah, so we're assuming that there is a product that is not, okay, let's do that for the sake of a demo. Let's actually insert something that doesn't exist anywhere. Okay, so we say insert into products 202 test 1 T1 doesn't matter. Okay, I'm just want to show you something because otherwise it's hard to know what's happening. Cost is 800, and let's give one with an error, 1,800, 1,900. Okay, that should give me an error, and then discount is 0, and I will do another one. Yay, values, comma this, and I call this 203 test 2 T1, and let's make this 1,100. Okay, so this should get deleted. So let's insert this 2. Okay, now it will not come here because this guy is not in the order table, none of them. Okay, so now we come here and say, before we say delete actually, or you could revert it back. It's up to you. Okay, you can do the delete and come here and revert. Okay, so we say, let's do it before that. We say if this r dot price minus this r dot cost is greater than 1,000 or greater than equal, is about only, okay? Then, and if, okay, I'm gonna put here part B. So what do we do here is we say raise. Now, instead of saying raise notice, we say raise exception, okay? And then we can give it some message that is maybe error, and you can give it more details using, this is not necessarily, but you can using hint, cannot delete product with a large profit margin, okay? There we go. This is called user-defined exception, no? It wasn't a system-defined. The system doesn't care if my profit is 1,000 or 2,000. And like Postgre doesn't warn me about that, no? It doesn't care about what I do with my business. So this is something that I know as a person that from my business perspective should not happen. When we have cases like that, then we have user-defined errors, yeah? So let's try recreating this now. And equal, no? So we make sure. I don't have that in my solution, but I should do it. Let's see. I'm not sure. If not, we'll delete it. I don't want to troubleshoot now. So let's first select this guy. Wait, so we look for test one, okay? This guy should be there, test one. And then if test one should not be deleted, right? Test one, because it has 1,100 profit margin. So give me an error. Error, cannot delete product. So this is what we did. Look how smart we are, okay? And then let's try deleting test two. And this should pass all this and delete this guy. Should not have any issues. Test two. Yeah, so let's select first. Test two exists. Got deleted. No errors. We have an empty set. Okay, so that is task one, which was very easy. And I'm gonna put it in a full screen for you to take a photo of it. Okay, here we go. I'll sip the coffee. Any questions? Okay, we do the hardest one, which is part. Actually, question 2 is harder this time than question 3. This takes a long time, but it's not hard, yeah? We're gonna do it part by part as usually. So let's just get that done here, right there. Okay, this session doesn't have a lot of people liking to attend. I'll write a trigger that when a staff salary is updated, it prints. I really have problem with this third person. The staff ID, new and old salary. We solved something very similar to this in the lab examples, which was shared. How do I create a trigger? Okay, first let's create the trigger itself. Create or replace, because then we get an idea about what to do. Okay, so we call this T4A trigger. Okay, that when staff salary is updated, so once it's updated, I want to do something, right? So it should be before or after? It doesn't say before it gets updated. No, it says once it gets updated. So this would be after. Okay. Am I inserting, updating, deleting, or doing a truncate? I'm updating. So after update. Okay. What does it want to do after update? Now this happens on which table? So on the table name, this guy is in which table? Staff salary is in salesman. No? Now, do I want to run this after all? Now you have to think through this, okay? Do we want this to happen after everything got updated and get me one message, say, for example, all rows updated? Is that what I want? Or I want to visit each row and give details on the update? If I want to visit all the rows and give one message, then we use for a statement, okay? If we want to do something for each row that gets updated, we want to do for each row, okay? In our case, it's for each row, no? Because for each row, I want to see the one before update, the one after update. So this would be for each row. What do I want to do for each row? I want to execute madre mia, execute function. What is that function? We don't know. We will create it. T4 ATF. Okay, this is the function. I cannot run this because this function doesn't exist. So I have to run to create this function first. Okay, so create or replace. Create or replace. Madre mia. Replace function. This is my function. Yeah. Now remember, trigger function never takes a parameter. Okay. Trigger function always turns trigger. So makes my life easy now. So no parameter returns trigger. The rest is the same. Language, ELPG, SQL. If we don't have something, we delete it. Otherwise, we'll keep it again. And of course, we need to say as and end it with $. Okay, what is this function supposed to do? This function is supposed to get, here, I'm gonna just say here, print new salary, old salary, or existing salary, updates prints the staff ID, SID, old salary, and how much the salary is raised. That is easy, no? So that would be new minus new salary minus old salary. Okay, how do we do that? I don't think we need this. So we come here and say, raise notice. Okay, we say old salary equal this, new salary equal this, difference equal this. Very easy. Now, how do I get the old salary? There is something called a local variable, yeah? And that local variable is old. Think of it as a record data type. How do you access, in previous example, how did we access a record? By saying this r dot name, right? Old is a record data type. So I would say old dot salary, okay? How about the new one? Then it would be new dot salary. How about a difference? We just deduct them. Yeah, so you could save it and then use a variable. That would work too, yeah? Minus old. Do you want me to get an error or do you want me to run this? Errors are good, yeah? Errors are quiz questions. Okay. Actually, let's get an error. Okay. Select star from salesman where department equal electronics. Let's get an error. I'm gonna give you quiz question away. Okay. How many we got? 3 of them. How many of those am I expecting if I update it? 3 of them, right? So let's run this first. Very easy function. Then we run this. Sales, where did I go wrong? Salesman. Okay. Now if I say copy, update, salesman, set salary equal salary times 1.5. So I'm increasing everyone's salary by 50%, okay? Let's see what happens. Ta-da! Why I get only one of them? Didn't we say if we use for each row, it should be all of them? What happened? What happened is I'm not returning. So I need to say return new. So go to the next one. Okay. Now, and this guy gets double salary, but we don't mind because it's an imaginary company. Do I need to update this? No, I didn't change anything here. So now if I do this, I get one for each of them. Okay. Let me do one quick thing just for you to see. I don't know if that was covered in the revision. For statement. Okay. And I'm gonna make it 2. And I will show you what happens if we do that. This is just for you to, I'm gonna delete it so you can, so we don't want this. We just want to say salaries updated. That's it, okay? In a real world, this could be sending an email, yeah? Or writing into the log file, yeah? So since it's one time, we can say return null. That should be okay. And then let's call this 2 and let's run it. Okay, and let's see what happens. This is for statement level. It happened to me. Why am I so nice? These are in the revision. Okay, so you see, I didn't get it for each row. There were 3 rows. Yeah, I didn't get salary updated, salary updated, salary updated. I got it once only. Okay, that's the difference. Okay, we're done with task 1. Yeah, you could keep the example, that's fine. These two go together, and then these two go together. Okay, just if you want to take a quick photo, go ahead, we'll start task 2.
Professor, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
In the question, they said we should print also the ID. So do we put old?
Yeah, just it doesn't matter since it's not changed. Yeah, so let's change that. SID equal to this. Whether you put old, oh, actually you have to put old because there is no new value, right? Old dot SID. You want to try both? It will show me null, yeah, if I put new, because I did not provide any new values here. Okay? And I will show you something nice. Okay, so, and I will put new so for you to see. Because there is no new, this will show me new SID. This should give me error, should not give me error, should give me null. Okay, so let's run that. And run this. Oh, it's because we have this one now, so I need to drop it. Alter table. Salesman, that's a good practice. Salesman, drop, disable, sorry. Disable, trigger. Why did I use the same name? Okay, I'm gonna just make this a different name. Okay, disable trigger. My bad, I shouldn't have used the same name. Again, good quiz question. All the quiz questions are comes from here. Trigger, so let's just run that again. Yeah, and we don't have this trigger. No, actually it gave me the same thing. I did not know that. I thought it's gonna be null. Okay. So it doesn't matter for update, yeah, but for insert it will be null. For insert, let me put it here. Insert, old is null. For delete, new is null. Okay, just keep that in mind. All right, good question. Shall we move to next one?
I have one more question. Oh, what's the difference between return new and return null?
Return null. I think if you do return, let's just do return null. You could experiment with this, no? It does go to the trigger, but it doesn't return the next one. Let's see if that's the case, okay? It prints only the first one, I believe. It should print, it's printing all of them. Weird stuff, no? This guy's salary has incremented a lot. So that's not making a difference. Return null. Okay. Return new is when we will see it in the next example, is when we actually want to update the data that will be updated. Yeah. Park it here. I will tell you this is what I mean. Okay. So when we want to change the data before we execute it, we must use return new. Okay. The rest, I think, it's just fine which one you use. Okay. So that's been said. Good questions, Mohammed. Yeah. I don't do that. Yeah. I need to reset this. How did I do this last time? Who remembers how we do this? Reset layout. Yes. Reload. That's fine. We didn't want that question anyways. If we did, we don't have it anymore. Okay. Query tool. Okay, now let's go to the hard question, this one. This one we just did, no? How to disable, and then if you want, if I say I don't need it anymore, you say drop. If I say you might use it later, you say disable. Okay, so I'm not gonna worry about that question because that's just easy ones. Let's do this nice question because that's the most important question for this lab. Let's read the question carefully. Write a single trigger. That means do not write two triggers, okay? That checks if the price is 80% or less about the cost. Let's start with that, okay? So create or replace. I'm gonna make a mistake intentionally. Let's see who picks it up. T2B. Who is picking up the error? Language, PLPG, SQL, as other, declare. No one is picking up the error?
You're not returning trigger.
That is
And why procedure, why not function?
exactly returns trigger. And this should be, keep that in mind during quiz, okay? Function. Okay, what if I say hi is an integer? Is that okay?
You can't.
We can remember the three things: function, no parameters, always trigger. Okay, what do we want this guy to do? It wants to check if the price is 80% or less about the cost. Let's keep it simple and say, how do I access the price? We say old dot price. Okay. Check if new price is 80% about the cost. So let's call here and say amount raised equal just a float, maybe float 4. Okay. So what we want to do is say amount raised equal. Now, it's equal to what? Do I have to say old? Sorry, should I say new price, new dot price minus old dot price? This is when, sorry, old dot cost, right? When cost is when only price is updated, right? What are the other 4 scenarios? When only price is updated, then we have when both price and cost updated. In that case, both of them has to be new, right? Then we have when only cost is updated, that would be old minus new. And when none of them are updated, what do we do? I don't know if I raised an error. Do I expect you to do something when both are updated? No, you do nothing, okay? So, and then we put it there. When something else was updated on the table, okay? So these are the 4 scenarios we need to keep in mind, okay? So let's start with the simplest one, which is this. When nothing is updated, we don't want to do anything, okay? So when something else is updated is what? This is if new.price equals old.price and new.cost equal old.cost, then and if. What do we want to do in this case? We don't want to do anything, just do the update. So I would say return next, okay? It doesn't matter. What we did not do, Mohammed, in the previous example, we did not check if the values are getting updated or not. We assume they are, okay. So if nothing has happened to the cost or the price, I just want to go ahead with my update, yeah? Just update. Okay, now, if let me have a quick look. Okay, yeah, what I did is correct. I have something there, but it's okay, we'll come to that. If, all right, let's do else if, because I did else if there. Else if, copy, paste. So we want to say that these two are not equal and this is equal. So this is this case, no? Then we have this one. Else if, paste, this is equal, this is not equal. And then we have this one. Oh, sorry, if both of them are updated, so that means both of them are not equal. And then the else statement would be when one of them, when the cost is updated, and this would be and if, okay? So now we need to check if this guy, yeah, is a bow. Now I know what I did. I was very smart. Okay. Must be at least 80%. What I did is actually I calculated the at least 80%, but it's okay. We don't need to do that. We can do the calculations later. So it would be amount raised. What I did there is this. I said amount, minimum amount. So I have something called here min amount, and it's float 4. Yeah, so minimum amount, I don't care here. The minimum amount here. The minimum amount should be what? Should be 80% of the cost, no? Since this is old, so that would be old.cost multiplied by 1.8. That is 80%. Okay, that is the minimum amount. Okay. It's not amount raised actually. This is difference. So I'm gonna change that because otherwise it's gonna be confusing. So the difference is this. Difference is this. I'm doing it differently now. So difference is that. In here, I don't care. In here, the difference is new price minus old. And then I take the old cost for the minimum amount. For here, minimum amount. Actually, it's always the old one. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. We're just gonna put it here then. Minimum amount equal to that. If you guys are getting confused, let me know. Okay, it doesn't matter, no? The minimum amount is always has to be 80% about the cost, yeah? Here, I don't want to check anything, it's okay. Here, I want to get the difference and find out if it is greater or equal to this. So we're done with this. What we do is we say, okay, what I have is this. I want to find out what got updated. I could do it here. Why did I do it like that? Okay. I will repeat, it's okay. So here we say if what I did there is better, but it doesn't matter. If difference, yeah, is greater than or equal to minimum amount, then, and if what we want to do is, if it's not, sorry, if less than equal, or just less than. If the difference is less than this, we want to get an error, no? Saying that raise notice price is changed to original price. This is when the price is updated, right? So what's happening here is we updated the price. We know that, so I'll give you an example here, okay? So old was 600, okay? This is price. And this is cost was 100, okay? Here, if it already exists in the table and I'm not updating anything, it's fine. Here, let's say it's a new policy, okay? So, or we could actually make it 1000 here, okay? So this is okay, but what I do is I will give a discount on the price and I would say the cost is remaining the same, but I would say make the price 500. Now 500 is not 80%. It is 80% about the cost. Let's make it an error, okay? It's not 80% about this, right? So look, it's not 80% about it, right? It should be 180 at least. So what happens is I want to say this new price you gave me, I don't want it. I'm gonna use, this is new, sorry. I'm gonna use the old one, okay? Original price. This is what I'm telling the guy, but now I have to implement it. How do I say that? All I need to say is new dot price should become equal to old dot price. So what happens now? I ignore this. I put this back into new. Okay, you got the idea, no? All we need to do now is copy paste this. Okay. If the difference is less than minimum, in this case, we're updating both of them, right? So what we do when we're updating both of them is we price and cost is changed to original data, are changed to original data. Okay, so I will copy that. We don't know which one is causing the problem. If you want to get sophisticated, you can do that, yeah? So new dot, you can see which one is causing the issue, but that's not needed. Cost. If this happened, that means the price didn't change. So let me give you an example here so you can understand what's happening. So the example here, when the price was 1,000, this 100, the price was changed to 600, and then the cost was changed to 550. Okay, both of them are updated. Yeah, and it should be rejected. So here, what I'm doing is ignore this, put this one back into the new. Ignore this, put this one back into the new. Okay, then we have a case where the price is the same. Cost was 400. This stayed the same, but then we changed this to 550. Now it should not let me change the cost, right? So what I do is I copy paste the first one because I just need one of them. I save this, then new dot cost equal to old dot cost. Okay, and then here what I do is I say return new. Yeah, here you can just remove that one too, actually. What is return next? This is return new. It doesn't matter. Okay, just update. What is return next? That was weird. Return new. If this, you could just put this everywhere, yeah, but that's okay. If you want, can do that. If that makes you understand this better. So this is this one, and then this is this one. Is there anything else we need to do? The update, all columns are processed except for the price. Yeah, that's okay, because if we're not changing anything else, then the other ones get processed. Okay. Original price, because the price might be, yeah, that is it actually. Any questions? Let's see if we get errors on that. No, surprise, surprise. Okay, what do we need to do now is create or replace trigger. Gonna use the same name usually. So that's a T. Are we doing this before or after we update? Now it matters. If I do this after the update, all these changes I'm making doesn't make any sense, right? So it has to happen before we update. We want to make sure that we follow the policy. So this should be before. Again, it's an update on products. I don't need to explain this. It's obvious for each row. Execute function. This is my function. Okay, now I have some test scenarios in here, so I'm gonna go through them. Oh my God, that's a lot of them. Okay, let's get one of the prices. Select Start from products where SID, where PID equal 114. Okay, let's play around with this thingy. Okay, first thing first, let's update. Let's try the first scenario where the price and cost are not changed at all. Yeah, so that would be update products where update products set. I'll change the category. Change category. Do I need to tell which rows are updated, which columns? No. Okay, good. I made it easy. Set category equal, what is here? Audio. We're gonna make it audio 2. Okay. Comma. Discount equal 10. We should not get anything. Okay. Yeah. Oops. That was not good. Where PID equal 114. Horrible mistake. I'm just gonna make this one. Okay, I'm gonna change it back to audio and make this 20. Okay, and if we run it, nothing happens. Yeah, everything goes on. Now let's update the price only. Okay, and update the price and make an error. So we don't need that. Set price equal, it's 4,000. I'm gonna make it close to this, so it gives me an error. Okay, so I'm gonna make it 4,000. I think that would make it close enough. Okay, now I'm updating the price. I'm not changing the cost. It should come to the first condition where the price is updated, the cost is not updated. And this is list should return the old one. So it should not update. So if I run it again, I should see 4349. Okay, so let's do that. Price is changed to the original. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, 4349. So what happened is it did not change this. It took it back, put it in the new, and then submitted the new. You could add this one. It doesn't matter, okay? Just to make sure, comma, if you want to make sure everything is working, okay? And then now what we do is we do not change the price. We actually change the cost. Cost is equal to, let's make this one now 4,100. It should reject it, no? So let's, sorry. I just recovered from flu last week and I got it back again. Okay, so now, why I keep doing that? I'm gonna remove this, okay? I keep running that. I see it's the cost has not changed, okay? Now to make sure the other one did not affect it, let's do this. These are very good output questions, yeah? So the cost did not change. Now we change this to something that should work, yeah? So we make this 2,000. Now this should work. It should get updated. Why? Actually, this is cost. With 2000, it should work. I'm gonna just put this one here, the difference. Let's just run this again. So if I put this to 2000, the difference between the price and this is around 100%. So we're doing something wrong. That means we're doing something wrong here. If the difference is less than minimum amount, oh my God, now I know what we did wrong. Because this should get updated, no? So that's why I had it everywhere. So this one would be the old hasn't changed, so we take the old. This one, the old has changed, so we take the new. That's my bad. And this one, the old has changed, so we need to take the new. Okay, so the new cost. That makes sense now. It should always go before the difference. Before the difference, yes, 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 yes. No, we don't need to run that. Now you should not give me error. Come on. The difference here is old price minus new cost. Okay, we're gonna do a raise and see what we're doing wrong. Raise percent minimum, and then here is difference. Oh, where are the guys who catch my errors? And then the difference is here. Okay. Let's see. Minimum is 3,600. Oh, it is wrong. Okay. Why minimum is 3,600? Is this, if you calculate this, is this correct? I'll make sure that it's okay then. Yeah, okay, my bad. It was correct. The answer is correct. It's just my math is bad. My math is not bad actually, but okay, I must have done something wrong. Okay. So then, if we do the same thing with the price, it should get updated. So if I go here, I should see 200 now, which I don't. What the? Come here, if this new cost equal this, else, do I need to do else? Let's do a price and see if the price is working. Price equal 200. Price equal 10,000. Okay. That should update it. Maybe that's why I needed the status. Why it's not updating? If this, then change and then return new. Else, just return new. Let's add those condition. Here, that's the problem. I'm returning new after my shit. I'm returning new after my else statement. Gosh, okay, now we're fixed, okay? And we don't need this one. My bad. No, we don't need this one. It was after the if statement. Now should work like a charm. Still not. Okay, I'm gonna pause the recording, we fix it, and then we get this out of our way. Resume. Okay, so the logic is correct. I'm not sure which part of the assignment I'm doing wrong. I'll fix that and I'll put a note on Moodle, yeah, on what am I missing here. There is one more thing we need to do, which is what if I want to insert a product? Still, I need to check all these conditions, right? So I need to say it's before update or insert, yeah? Because even when I'm inserting, I need to make sure that the price difference is calculated. So we say if TGOP equal insert, then and if, okay? So here you would check the difference is minimum is this is new because it's an insert, no? So it's new. And the difference would be difference is equal new minus new. Okay, and then we say if this, then that. Okay. If this, if the difference is this price, okay, insert rejected. Okay, insert rejected, and then return I think that should make it. Mohammed, this is what I was saying, yeah? So once we return now null, I believe it will not insert it anymore. So this would all go under else if TGOP equal update, then you do all of this. The way I coded it was wrong. I should have gone with generic variables, so it becomes less confusing. It's just I wanted to explain too much and got lost on the way. Okay, so if it's inserted, then do that. Okay, amount insert rejected, return null. Let's see if that works. If that doesn't work, then we call it a day. There is one and else if statements. I am not closing again. I'm gonna cry. if this, then this, else. Created. Let's do an insert. Insert into, we had one insert statement, did I remove it? Insert into products, values, 999. I think I need anything for now, and then 800, and then let's make them small so it gets rejected. Hopefully 300 and 0. Okay, so let's do select a star from products. And then let's try to insert. Rejected. Yeah, that worked. Something is wrong with my value conditions, okay? So it does work if you do it right. But that's what's supposed to happen when we do the update as well. Okay, let's assume that this is done. Okay, I'll fix and I'll let you guys know which part I did wrong, because I'm sure something very simple with the calculations with the new and old thingy. All right, next one is very, very, very easy. This one is very easy. I'll give you a direction because we don't have much time left. I'm over my 2 hours limit. What did I do? Come on. Okay. Who wants to take photos of this? And if you could fix it, just share it with everyone. Okay, so we have it till line 38. We're gonna go to 39 till 76. And then I will go all the way to the end. Clean it up. Go to the next one. Not here. First, we need to create this table. Now, to make my life easy, I'm gonna open this. And then there was a history table here. You guys could do this too. I wouldn't have said anything to you. Okay, so let's create a history table and then call it history only. I'll grab a napkin. Yeah, my flu is officially back. So what do we want to put here? The table name. So I'm gonna call this TB name, and it's varchar. We don't care how long. Then we have column name. Do the same thing. Column name. Then we have old value, new value. Okay. And why I'm not making this integer? Because if, let's say, it's a price, yeah, it should be integer. It's because almost everything can be converted to varchar automatically. So it's very safe to just do varchar. And then when you're reading, you can do the conversion, okay? which task was performed? So that would be operation. Again, actually this one would be 10. It doesn't go more than 10. When the change happened. So that's the when the change happened. That's the first part. Okay. Sorry guys, I don't know. How is this possible for me to get sick in the same month again? Okay, we created that. So I don't need this. I'm gonna delete this. Create the table, write a trigger that does the update. Okay, create or replace. I'm gonna type quickly now. Replace function T2 T3F returns PL returns languages PL PGSQL, and then we have as $$ declare begin and end. Okay, what we want to do here, I'm gonna do some of the columns, okay, because I don't want to take too long. I have things. Okay, so what do we want to do? We have how many operations can we have on a table? We have 3 operations, right? Delete, update, and insert. So we're gonna say if TG OP equal to insert, then do something else if equal to update, then do something else, do something and okay. What do we want to do? If we want to do an insert, okay, then it says find the old and new value. Okay, so you can do this here and make your life easy. New value equal, new value is varchar 50. Okay, so if we are doing an insert, we know that we do not have any new values. So new value equal null, right? Oh, sorry, old value. We do not have any old value. Old value. Okay. So how do I know the question that I got the most is how do I know which column? You have to hard code it. This is not a question where I want you to do things dynamically. Okay. So we would say old value equal to this, and then new value equal to, so new, we need to do that for each column. So I don't do that. Okay. So what I do here is I would say insert into history. Did I call it history? Insert into refresh. Insert into hist values. What do I need to do? I need to get, so I need to list them first because otherwise the serial doesn't work. Okay, so I have TB name, comma, call name, comma, old value, comma, new value, comma, operation, comma, change time. Okay, so we need to get time is, I'm gonna go to one of the examples here now because I do not want to, it's a timestamp and we're gonna do this. Timestamp, okay. Timestamp, and we need to do this to time. Okay, that's for all of them, so we don't have to do it. So what are the values I want to insert are, how do I get the table name? It's TG table name. What is the column name? Yeah, so here I have to manually mention this. This one would be for, let's say, OID. Okay. The old value is always null. We don't have one. The new value is new.oid. And the operation is TGOP. The change time is time. Okay. You could separate that with this and keep doing this for all the other columns. This is nothing difficult, but a little exhausting. Okay, we have OID, CID, oops, yeah, SID, PID, and then I think quantity, no? Quantity. And then here you do the same thing. Quantity. There's another one, PID, SID, CID. I think there is a date time, no? Purchase date or something. And then date ordered. Okay, and then here this one was date ordered. That's it. Okay. This is when we are doing the insert. Our old value is always null, and this is this. Now, I actually don't need this. And this one's. Okay. Now, if we are doing delete, let's do the delete. It's easier. Else if, and this should be capital, yeah? Otherwise, it won't work. Delete. Then I will do the exact same thing. Now, it's the other way around, okay? So the old value is old dot this. The new value is null.
You can remove the time variable too, right? You can just put now instead and as a parameter instead. Instead of having time as a separate variable, you could use now, the now function inside, right?
I'm not getting what you're doing. Where can I change what?
See, basically, you declared like a variable time as a timestamp there, right? So in all the places that you use time, instead of having that as a separate variable, can't you use now, like the now function instead?
Why? We need to keep track of the time.
Yeah, but you know, like insert into his values, and then the last parameter is time. So instead of time, you can put in now in its place.
This one,
Yes, yeah.
why would you want to put null? Because I'm telling you what time
Not
it's
now.
changed.
I meant now. NOW. Now.
Now, yes.
Yes.
Sorry. Yes, yes, you could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah? If
Yeah.
I'll make you happy, we'll use it here. Here we go. But does that work? I haven't tried that. If you tell me it works,
I
I'll
think it
believe
works.
it.
Yeah.
You think or you tried?
I tried it worked.
Okay, then you can do that. Okay, if you want, we can make you happy and put. Sorry, I keep hearing null, null. It's
Yeah,
because
okay, I couldn't get what happened.
no, it's I have flu again. My head is exploding. Okay. So what we do is, again, we repeat the same thing. We change the new to old, and we put here null. We do the same thing here. Again, this is not difficult. It's just for you to get used to when to use old, when to use new, how to access the table name, how to access the column, the operation. And then same here. This should go old. This should go null. Are we having the first one as new, the second one as old? Yeah, we're correct. I thought we were doing it the opposite way. Okay, and then this is null. Okay, and this is old. Now, how about the update? You do the same thing again, right? What's the difference?
You use new.
Old and new, both of them. Yeah? You put both old and new. So here you have old, then you have new. What I wanted to do, I think you should do, is to check if it's updated or not. If it's not updated, you should not do this, okay? So that makes it, let me see if that's what I wanted you guys to do. Yes, so for each column now, you have a condition, okay? Why I remove this? So for each column, now we cannot do it this way because for each column, we have a condition. So here we say, because if it's not updated, you don't want to insert the same values, no, nothing happened with that column. So if old.oid equal to new.oid, not equal, okay? Then you do this. And then, and if, okay? And then you repeat this. I'm not gonna do all of them, okay? If old.cid equal new.cid, then we do this. And if, okay, and here we have both new, old new.cid. Let's just get it done actually. If this one is SID, new.SID equal, not equal to, I made a mistake again here, not equal to old.SID, then do this, and if, and then here it would be old and new.SID. You guys are following why we're doing this, no? Why we cannot just do it like this? Because if my updated statement is only updating 2 columns, why should I add this for the other 5 columns, which Nothing changed for them. We're just tracking what is changed. So first we check if it's changed, then we do the insert. And if, and then here if, this one is new.pid not equal to old.pid, then we do this. And if, and then we got 2 more to go. If new dot quantity equal old dot quantity, then we do this. I'll fix the values. And if, and the last one, if new dot date ordered equal all dot date ordered not equal, then I'm sure in the previous one I did something wrong with this case, and if, okay, and then here all of the nulls would be new dot date ordered, and then here new dot quantity, new dot PID. The rest are just fine. That's the code, nothing more, okay? And then here, when you're doing it, you would say create or replace trigger, whatever you want to call it, okay? And then this does not matter, but we can do it after you update, so it doesn't delay the process. Now that we talk performance is better if this is after update or delete or insert on orders for each row, execute function, this guy, okay? You want me to run it? We might get errors, which I don't want to worry about right now, but if you guys did something similar to this, that's pretty much all we need. Like no values, of course, values, one more here, last one here. So let's get this done quickly. And if, okay. Did I get any error this time? No. Now we do this. Of course, when you copy paste, be careful. So I'm gonna again play it smart, come here, copy one of those, and then we'll try one of them, okay? Let's not worry too much about this. Copy, we call this 40 and 41. I don't know, 444, 333, okay? And then let's do this. What we did was we forgot to say return new. Read that error carefully. Yeah. So there was no return statement. So what we need to check is select a star from hist. Select a star. And should get some data there because, yeah, so we got inserted. Let's do a delete. Delete from orders where OID equal 40. Okay. Now we should get the one for the delete. Yeah, so we have the old value, no new values. And then we say update orders set PID equal, which one was PID? This? I'll just change quantity. Set quantity equal 5. Okay, now here I should get only one row. Yeah, I should not get anything about the other ones because the other ones did not get updated. Update order set quantity equal 5. That's okay. Where OID equal 41
That's a
quantity.
spelling. But
Yeah, I know, but I'm lucky that that happened because otherwise everything would have been updated again. So if I go to the history, I should see only one update. Let's see. Where is that update guy? It's not here. Do you see it? I have problem with update. Insert works, delete works. Okay, what I do is I'm gonna narrow down my query from hist where operation equal to update. Let's make sure we're not getting anything. Else if OID, it should come here. If new that quantity not equal to old that quantity, then
Professor,
insert
you didn't
into.
mention the TG operator if it's update. You just wrote else.
Yeah, that should be fine. I believe it should be fine. Okay, I'll trust your instinct and let's do. No, but that should be fine because it's either update, delete, or wait. Okay, or this. So else if TG. That's not the problem. But let's see, maybe it is. Or I have a problem with update. If old is not equal to new, which is the case, let's just see this one, 40, sorry, Control Z. Let's just get 41. No, select star from orders where PID equal 41. Let's see if it's getting updated at all. What happened? Did I delete this? That's why. Why I didn't delete that. Okay, I'm gonna make my life easy. Let's just insert that one again. Get this guy. again. OID. Oh my God. Joder. You're learning bad words. Sorry for that. It's the OID, not the PID. Now it should be there. Yeah, it's there. It was 2, it changed to 5, and the rest of the rows are not there. Okay. So for you, this you don't need to take photo. It's just very easy. It's just an exercise to know, to get used to the DG name, TG, OP, to get used to the old and new and when to use which, and then to have all the 3 elements here. Yeah, it was just a good exercise of everything, basically. Okay, stop.